Hello, my name is Doug, and I'm part of the great team here at Epic Landscape Productions. Today we're going to go over the programming and setting for your Rainbird ESP-ME sprinkler controller. I have that model here with us. It's a very user-friendly controller. The dial is in the auto position. That's where it will remain as you want to water. You have your off position. But most of our programming is going to be set in the blue shaded areas. The first thing we want to do is set the current day, month, and year. Today is the 24th. As the cursor flashes on that day, that is when it'll allow me to change it to get to the current. And then I will use my arrows to advance. Now I'm on the month. Arrow to advance to the year, 2021. My calendar is set. I'll go to my clock, and it's a basic clock that you want to see the current time and day. Right now it says it's 1:47 a.m. We're going to change that by just basically scrolling. I am now on PM. Back to AM. Until you find the desired time or the current time where you're located. Let's say it's 2:47 p.m. Once that's set, I don't have to go back to that setting. It'll remain with the backup battery. This controller has 4 programs, A, B, C, and D. We're on program A. We're going to go over each individual program, but first we're going to set each station on program A. It's telling me I'm on the first start time. Each one of these programs has 6 start times. So I'm on start time 1, the first start time, at 8 a.m. If I push my arrow, I could go to my second start time, which is in the off position. Start time 3, 4, 5, and 6, we don't need right now. So I have one start time at 8 a.m. and I'm on program A. This setting is the duration I want each station to operate. We're going to say we have a 7-station sprinkler system. Station number 1 is set for 10 minutes. If I'd like to increase or decrease, I'll simply use my plus buttons or my minus buttons to get to the desired duration for that station. So we're going to say station number 1 is our landscape. I have some flowers. I want to water 5 minutes every morning. So I'm going to leave that, and then I'm going to go I'm going to go to the next station. Station number 2 is 10 minutes. 3 might be a shaded area. Let's say we take it down to 7 minutes. Station number 4. Say we have a sunny area and need a little bit more water. We may go to 15 minutes. Station number 5. We have 5 minutes. Station number 6, 10 minutes. Each station depends on the location in your lawn. If it's shade, sun, low-lying area, hillside, on how long you'll run, what your duration will be. So I have my 7 stations set. So I have my other stations set at 0 minutes. This controller will go up to 22 stations. If you have a large lawn, this is a great controller for that type of application. So all the duration for each station is set. We're going to choose the days that we'd like to water simply by going through the days of the week. it my... Oh, I need to set this. It's on special features, and we don't want to get to that part yet. By day. This setting by day, I can use my calendar. A raindrop represents a water day. It's flashing at Monday, asking me if I'd like to keep it or not. It's telling me Monday is on. So let's say we want to do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday water schedule. We'll keep Monday, go over to Tuesday, hit the minus button. I have the circle with the line through it, telling me it's off that day. Wednesday, I want to keep it on. I'll go to Thursday, minus it. Friday, I want to keep it on. And I'm going to remove Saturday and Sunday. So now I'm set for Monday, Wednesday, Friday water schedule for this week. Throughout the season, that'll need to be changed as it gets warmer and or cooler. And basically that's it. My blue settings, once I set my calendar, these settings I do not have to repeat. The only thing that I will change is when I want it to come on and the days I want it to water and the duration of each station. On this side, the left side of the dial, is where your special features that you have on the controller. One feature is to test all stations. I don't have any power plugged into the controller, but if I did, it starts at 2 minutes. Each station will run for 2 minutes, but I can change that by adding or taking away the minutes. I could have just 1 minute per station. I would start it by pressing and holding this arrow, and then I would turn it to run. I could go out in the lawn and follow each station, make sure all heads or sprinklers are popping up and watering correctly. That's to test each station. I have a manual on this side of the dial for a single station. If I wanted to water just station number 3 only, I would turn it to that dial. I would get to the station number 3, press and hold my arrow until station 3 came on, close, turn it back to auto, close the door, walk away, station 3 would water only. But if I wanted to water manually the entire lawn for an extra water schedule, I'd simply press and hold the arrow where it says for hold for manual water, and I would water the entire program. This is my rain sensor feature. Right now, it's telling me my rain sensor is active. But if I wanted to bypass it, I may have just put fertilizer down and I don't want the system to shut off with a little bit of rain. I'd simply hit my minus button and I'd bypass the rain sensor. Press the plus button to reactivate it. If I didn't have a rain sensor on my sprinkler system, I do have a rain delay on this model, which is a great feature. So if I was experiencing 2 to 3 days of good rain in our area and I did not want my sprinklers to operate, I would simply turn to delay my watering, and I'd use my plus button for the days that I did not want to water. I have 3 days maybe of rain, so I'll go an extra couple of days, give it time to dry out before the sprinkler system comes back on automatically. So in 5 days, the system will come back on, simply turn it back to auto, and it would tell me that I have a delay of 5 days. And the next day it'll count down and tell me 4, 3, 2, 1 till it automatically comes back on. That's a very nice feature for this sprinkler controller. Next, we have our seasonal adjust. Very good tool, especially for a quick way to change all run durations for each station. So if you had each station set 5 or 10 minutes, we're watering 100% of that. But if we had a couple of warm days coming in and we wanted each station to be increased a little bit extra water for each station, we'd simply take that up to say 120%. I've increased each station by 20%. This controller will go all the way up to 300%. So you'll want to be careful, or 200%. You could also go in reverse and take away, go down to 80%. If you're having some cooler days and you don't need as much water, you could take all stations down to 80% and remove 20% of each station's watering. That will remain that way until you put it back to 100%. Advanced Cycle is a great tool for different watering scenarios. Right now it's telling me I'm watering by the day. That means I'm choosing in this calendar in blue which days I want it to water. However, if I so choose, I may be a guy that likes to water even days only. Or if you're in a drought situation, sometimes the city or the county may say even addresses water even days, odd addresses water odd days. With this setting, you could set that and not get in trouble for watering the wrong days. It's a great feature to have, but it also has the cyclic. Basically what that is if you would like to water every 3 days, every 5 days, every 7 days, whatever your choice may be, you'll simply turn it while it's in the advanced features and use your plus button till you see that feature, and then you're going to press your arrow, and it's telling me days to cycle right now are 2. If I want to water every 3 days, every third day, I would set it for 3, and then I would press my arrow and choose which day it would start. So I could push 1 day, and 1 day it's going to start my every 3 day water schedule. Let's go back. If I wanted to water whoops, there we go. Every 5th day. I'm on every 5th day, and I want that to start watering like that 3 days from now. You got to remember to push my arrow to that feature till it flashes. In 3 days, which on this calendar will be Saturday, I'll start watering every 5th day. It's a great feature to have, especially for those that like to water a truly every other day. The first week you're going to be watering Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. The following week would be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. You can't do that with the 7-day calendar. So this would be your feature where you could actually set it for a true every other day watering. This controller also can be Wi-Fi, so that you could operate it with your smartphone and or your computer. Multiple devices could be set up to run this, so everybody in the home can have the app. You would download the app, but basically this little Wi-Fi module installs in the back of the faceplate. You install that, has 4 easy steps that you will go through, and now you could operate this controller via your smartphone, your computer, and you could be anywhere as long as you have a signal. You could operate the sprinkler system while you're at work, and you want to change any programming and you're not at home, You have the capability to do that with the Wi-Fi. And we also talked about the rain sensor feature where you could bypass and or have it active. This is the rain sensor control panel that would be mounted next to your sprinkler controller, wired to your sprinkler controller. And it has a little display, so when it's connected, it'll show you everything that you need to know about how much rain that you will receive when you want the system to shut off, starting with 1/16 of an inch all the way up to 1/2 of an inch. And you simply have your service tech from Epic install that for you. And it has a rain cup that will mount on your gutter system. Typically, we like to hide this around back. It has a capability of reaching service up to 300 feet. But this would be installed on your rain gutter, and it has the different settings on this programming. If you would like your system to shut off at 1/8 of an inch, you would set it on this panel that's mounted next to your garage. We receive that amount of rain. This rain cup would send a signal, automatically shut your system down. When that happens, you will get a notice in the faceplate of your controller letting you know that the rain has shut your system down. And that is your Rainbird ESP ME controller, a very good product. #1 controller in my book, and has a great warranty. Thank you. I hope we gave you some helpful hints to set up your sprinkler controller, and happy watering.
Epic Landscape Productions, how can we help you?